What up, guys? This is GWeezy11. You are tuning into the Gym Podcast, and this is a special episode because it is Mother's Day. And yeah, I got my mother here with me. She's gonna talk about some crazy shit. We're gonna tell some stories and hopefully make y'all laugh along the way. But what's up, Mom?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing, chilling. What's funny? Haven't even started the podcast.
I know, but just looking at you and you're already laughing yourself, so it just makes me laugh.
Yeah, it's funny.
I just can't take you seriously right now.
If for the listeners, me and my mom have a relationship where we we can tell each other everything. Like we through the years we've been best friends. So like anything that I went through, like during middle school or high school, she was the first one to tell. Like literally anything, like from relationships, from shit hitting puberty. Probably I know there's some crazy shit up probably hitting puberty. Let's see, parties. She knew everything. She was a go-to only because she knew what to say. I guess that's with every mom, right? You think so? You know what to say?
Yeah, I know what to say all the time. Sometimes I don't, but I'll help you out however I can.
Yeah.
And then a story just came to my mind, like when you hit puberty and stuff.
What story?
It just, I don't even know if I could talk about it on here because it's just like too funny.
What is it?
Do you remember how when we used to have dinner and I used to ask all of y'all, so how was y'all's day? Do y'all want to talk about anything?
Maybe. I don't.
Okay, so, and at that time, you and Edward had started watching porn on TV. Because do you remember how we had the PC hooked up to the big old TV?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're like, Mom, I have a question. And I was like, well, what is it, Gilbert?
Oh my God, I remember now.
You remember?
Yes, keep going.
So it was like, so does a girl really come like a man? And I'm like, no, stupid. What's wrong with you? Hey, and at that time,
Oh my God.
me, of course, didn't know that shit really does happen.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, dude, that doesn't happen. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me this? And you're like, oh, because we saw it in the TV. And I was like, okay, so at that time, we were all laughing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude, I can't believe he just asked me. And then he's all like, man, Mom, like for real, I was going to have you take me to the store and I was going to have you buy me a shield and a mask because I was going to be ready for it. I was like, oh my God. I said, I ain't even buying you that shit like that. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing.
That's funny though.
Yeah, but you're only like, I think 12, 11 or 12.
It was about that time. Yeah, it was that time. Hey, look, it had to happen sooner or later. I think that was like, I don't think we ever had like a sex talk, right? It was just something that like, I don't know, I just knew.
You just asked me randomly.
Yeah, that
like,
too. I would just ask a shitload of questions.
And then y'all would watch a lot of porn, so.
That's not true. It wasn't me. It was Edward.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I saw you sitting there too, so. I don't know how that went, but.
That's too funny.
I guess y'all had to learn some way because I wouldn't have been able to explain that.
It was very accessible at the time, I guess. We had Wi-Fi and I don't honestly. I don't know if we had Wi-Fi, but that was actually a good funny fucking story because what I want to talk about though is so for us we came to San Antonio. Well, we're originally from Corpus. Well, Portland, Gregory. Where is it at?
I'm from Gregory.
Okay, Gregory.
Yeah.
So born there. And then what? Moved to Corpus?
After Mom and Dad got divorced, we moved to the Valley.
Okay.
We were there for probably 4 years, my middle school years. And then that's when we went to Corpus.
Okay.
I must have been 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, from what I remember, when I think it must have been 2001, 2002 when we came over to San Antonio.
It was in 2001.
2001. Okay.
September 2001.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I really, really appreciate you coming over here. Shit changed my life. It really did.
Changed mine too.
Yeah. There's because just from I said this in a previous podcast, just from people living there and seeing my other family, it's terrible that they're just in that state of mind of not going anywhere with themselves. But we moved to San Antonio. We stayed, who knows where? I don't know. It was on the west side or something. But from there, we just, yeah, stayed on the west side. Went to elementary, I guess. How 2001, 2002. So I was born in '95. I was 6, 7 years old. Okay, 6, 7 years old. Keep in mind, I had a brother, had two older sisters. Well, had an older brother, had two older sisters. So there was four of us, and at me now, like I can't imagine myself moving to like a totally different place and having to worry about kids. Like it sounds weird, but like I don't. I feel like I have a lot of shit to worry about now without kids. Like I don't think I would be able to. I don't know. I'm just. It's strong. Like it's very very. You have a lot of strength, I should say. Like there is so much things that go into having kids and other things you need to worry about. But what would you say? Was it hard for you? Is there? Well, I mean, I just said it was hard, but was it really? Was the struggle worth it? I should say. Did you have to? Um, I mean, what do you think? What do you say?
It was hard. I mean, it's gonna be hard for anybody that has children because it's mentally, physically, and emotionally stressful. And if you're not ready for that and you can't take on that, then it's gonna be hard. And even when y'all were little, or even when I first got pregnant when I was 16 and not having the support from mom, not even knowing. I mean, kids don't come with the manual. You can't read a manual and go step by step. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to help you, guide you to taking care of children. And I didn't have that. So I had to learn all on my own, and even then, first one, then here comes the second child, still didn't know shit. And then the next one, and then the next one, okay, from here on, it's like you got to work, take care of these kids, feed them, put a roof over their head. And it's hard. It's working all day, then coming home, taking care of the kids, making sure they go to bed, waking up, doing the same routine every day. If you're not ready for that, then it's gonna be hard. There was a lot of days where I would break down. Y'all never saw me cry because I wouldn't cry in front of y'all.
Yeah, I don't visually remember you.
Because I wouldn't. Because I would hold it in. I would wait for y'all to go to sleep or wait for y'all to go to school. And then just think, man, how am I gonna do this and how am I gonna do that? Because I didn't know, but then I still did it, and I mean, like I said, if somebody's not ready for that mentally, it's going to break them. And I mean, you see that all the time with mothers or fathers or stepmothers or stepfathers that kill their own children. Why? Because their mentality, their stability, it wasn't strong enough.
Wasn't ready. Mm-mm. Sure, they weren't ready.
Or something in their life tragic had to have happened and they couldn't have handled it. So they just took it out on the whole family. Yeah. That's what's sad.
Definitely some struggles in there. Like I said, I wouldn't imagine what the fuck I would do, honestly. Like, I just, it doesn't cross my mind just to, 4 kids, fuck. That is crazy. But.
Hey, what was crazy is that when y'all were little, we were still in Corpus, it was like you and Edward were at daycare. Laura was at Head Start and D was in elementary. And at that time, we were taking the bus. So I would take the bus, drop y'all off in daycare, drop everybody off, take off at 5 a.m.
Fuck that.
To be at work by 9 o'clock, dude. Yeah. Like, it was like, and then Tony worked 6 hours and then to get off and then do it for another 3 hours and then get home and then do everything else. That was crazy. That was like, but then it became a routine. So then all of y'all knew what we were going to be doing every day. So it just became where y'all got used to it, and it was a good thing because y'all knew what to expect the next day. So it got easier after a while, But in the beginning, it was like, like it's crazy shit.
Yeah. Now, so who was we were having this conversation yesterday, actually, but was I really the worst one out of all of them?
Yes. And the kids think that you were my favorite, that I would spoil you.
Till to this day, I don't get it. No,
hey, you know what it was, dude? Is because you would get child support. They thought that because you got child support that I would waste money on you, and it was not even like that.
Yeah.
Like I would be like, "What's wrong with y'all?" Gilbert was my worst one. If it wasn't for him fucking up, y'all wouldn't get in trouble. Y'all would get in trouble because of him.
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they thought it was funny. Everything you did, they thought was funny. And they would blame everything on you because they knew I wouldn't get after you. I said,
Why?
no, that's not
Because you're getting
true.
a check.
They don't dude. And Laura, she'll throw it in my face. Nah, it's because Gilbert would get child support. I'm like, oh my god.
So, me, my brother, and my two older sisters, I have a different dad from them. But yeah, so how long was I getting child support? Since what, I was 5, 6, since we moved over to.
Actually, let me see. When me and your father got separated, like a year after you were born, you started receiving child support.
Oh, okay. So
And
is it,
we kept it like that. Even though we got back together, we didn't change anything. We kept it where he still would pay child support, but it would come back into the house. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it wasn't leaving. And then when we got separated, like divorced, I'm gonna say what? And when we went to San Antonio,
yeah.
then it was like a
You know what's
constant thing.
it was crazy too is I remember not conversations but arguments when I was like in middle school and high school. Still, like they would like throw it in my face, like, oh, she doesn't get mad at you, or you're like a little bit more lenient towards me from, I don't know, whenever I would fuck up or whatever I did, just because I would like, they had that perception of you. I don't know, you liked me more just because I was getting that money. You know what I mean?
And it was not even like that. What was different between you and them is that even from elementary school, you were more advanced than them as far as schooling, and you would take on Edward's homework, right?
Yeah,
When I would get mad at you not to do it, you would still do it behind my back. Well, as you started getting older and they started getting older, you would listen. You would listen when you had to do chores. You would listen to get up to go to school, and they didn't. They gave me a problem. I don't want to go to school. Leave me alone. Go away. You know,
yeah.
Gilbert would go to school. I mean, every day, no matter what. Like you were there, and you would come home, do your chores, do what you needed to do your homework, and they wouldn't. So every time they would throw it in my face, oh, it's because he received child support. What the hell's wrong with y'all? You know, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
y'all. Y'all don't listen to me. Like, but I mean, things change. You know, now that they're adults, they see it different. But they still throw it in my face
Hopefully they do, because
just to be funny.
we just out here working hard. That's all I'm doing.
Shit, trying to make some money out here.
I remember a story. Let's see if we remember. So we were living at the Browns apartments. So I can't remember what actually happened, but we had got into, man. So that was what, 04, 05, 2003, 2004.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we moved over there in 2002, 2003.
Okay, so I was like 8, 9, maybe.
Okay.
We got into an argument about something.
Is it me and you?
Yeah, me and you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and all I remember was running from the front of the apartment to the basketball court that was in the middle of the actual apartment. And I don't know, you had chased me. I ran. I don't have no idea. I don't remember why I ran, but you had chased me, and for some reason, I don't know, you got in trouble. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
I don't. But I'm trying to figure out, because I literally thought about this like.
The only time I got mad at you is the time that you were caught stealing at the mall.
Oh, I talked about that in a previous podcast.
Did you tell him everything?
I mean, I told them most of the stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they'll find out, because I'm gonna release the.
I don't remember if that was the time that I had got after you or not.
I don't think so. This was like a totally different time.
Because I really, like, as you started getting older, there wasn't, or unless when it was y'all rode on the bunk beds, I was mad at that. I don't know.
Wrote on the bunk bed?
Yeah.
Bunk
Do
beds?
you remember when y'all rode on the bunk beds?
Like with the permanent marker?
Yeah. They were brand new. I was so pissed. And then
No, I
Edward
don't
blamed it on you, and you blamed it on Edward.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
I don't remember.
I don't really remember.
It probably was, maybe.
But to chase you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something happened. I don't remember. I probably called you like I said something stupid like "fuck you" or something, and then I don't know.
No, I don't think I ever heard that. Maybe in your mind you would say things like that.
I'm sure it said something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then I don't know.
I just thought it was funny. I thought of it just like a minute or two ago, so I figured if you remember, yeah.
I don't remember that.
So struggles for sure were hard. Let's see. So as we got older, yeah, I started doing stuff on my own. My brothers and sisters, I mean, they're there, but I would say we don't have the connection that we do now, like as far as growing up, just because they they just weren't, I don't know, they weren't home most of the time, I would say. And then
Deandra and Laura were not mostly home.
Yeah.
Edward was, but
well, they I think they, so to put it in perspective, they took on life a little bit earlier than I think
Yes.
they should have. So they left home a little bit earlier, 16, 17 years old, just
no,
because
probably a little
a little
earlier.
earlier than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
is 14. I think Laura left probably like 14, 15.
Okay.
And then Deanna didn't leave until probably 15, 16. So yeah, around that time.
Okay. So me and my brother stayed with my mother till shit. He was 18 when he left.
I think 17.
17. Okay, yeah. So he left before he graduated
Yeah,
high school.
yeah.
And I stayed with my mother. Shit, 19, 20. What? Longer?
Boy, you stayed
Oh,
longer.
okay.
than
Yes.
that.
Okay. I'm lying. So 22. 22. I was just trying to get free rent, honestly. If I wasn't,
I was gonna say 2017, like a few years ago.
okay, yeah, 2017. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm 25 now.
You were
22.
trying to get free rent.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, dude. I told you that you could stay at home until you finish college because I thought that you weren't ready to be out on your own because you had a lot of things to pay. Not only were you paying for your vehicle, you were paying for college tuition, you were
Yeah.
paying for all these things, and then you take on rent and everything else. But of course, you decided, you know what? I ain't no bitch. It's time for me to leave.
That's right. I'm not a bitch. I was ready to get the fuck out of here.
Yep,
You're annoying sometimes.
I know. It's okay.
Man, I don't think we ever. Yeah, I don't think as like previously when we lived on Magic Drive, I don't think we ever like got into an argument, right?
No, you were hardly home.
Well, yeah,
I
because
mean, you were always busy.
I was working and then I was school. I don't think I was going to the gym yet.
But I don't remember getting into an argument with you.
Like even in high school.
Not even in high school. High school and then no, because even then, after you graduated high school, I started struggling again.
Okay.
That's when you started helping me out for about a year. And then I got back on my feet and then I mean, of course, things were just like a roller coaster. So
Yeah, I remember for sure. But man, we are currently in a meeting. Is that your phone? Seriously?
oh no, that's my honey's phone.
No.
Can you please turn on the volume?
So let's see. So yeah, that was that. Hey, do you remember? So I talked about this. I talked about it in the previous podcast. Do you remember one of the first parties we had on Ashfield when they knocked down our fence?
No, that wasn't one of the first parties.
That wasn't the first.
That
Party?
was actually the last party that we did because
So did
they
we
had raided us 4 times that night.
did we have one before that?
Yeah, we had plenty of ones before that.
Okay, tell a story because the way tell a story and I'll tell my part.
Okay, well, let me see. Is that the time when there was a ranch party and then it got canceled and then y'all had posted, I don't know what, on Twitter, Facebook, that
Craigslist.
we were Craigslist.
I don't know.
What the hell we were trying to sell?
I don't know my body. No, I don't know.
Shut the hell up, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, no.
Okay, so the way I remember it, the last party that we had, they were having a ranch party somewhere out in Southwest, and it had gotten raided.
Yeah.
And so then y'all had posted on Twitter, Facebook, wherever, social media, that we were having a party at the house.
Okay.
So then everybody started arriving. And so at that time, we were charging. We were charging like...
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
We were charging like $3 or $5 for males and females free. Well, I was upset about why were y'all not charging the females, you know? And of course, Edward's all like, oh, you know, we don't want, you know, we want more bitches than, you know, males. And I was like, no, charge them $1. You know, I need to pay my light bill. You know, what's up? So
The
anyway,
struggle was
so
real.
yeah, so we started charging $1 for the women, for the females, and then $5 for the guys. So then we got raided. It got pretty crazy because a lot of people were there. Like the whole block was just cars lined up,
Yeah.
people walking to the house. You know, it was crazy. It was like when college people have parties.
That's what I remember it as.
Okay, so then we got raided the first time, And then the cops made people leave. And then the second time we got raided, the people that left came back, right? So then the third time they came and raided that same night is when they knocked down the fence. And everybody took off running and they messed up the guy's fence. Okay. So then everybody came back, and I think, if I remember well, you and I think Tony, I don't know, I don't remember which friends were they. They were there. They were yours that came down, and y'all were taking like beer and bottles.
Yeah, okay,
and y'all were taking it upstairs.
Yeah.
And they were having their own party up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like the fourth time they came and raided the house. They actually, all the police officers all came in the house. There was cop cars, there were Suburbans, they were all lying down the street, and the officers all like, do you realize what you're doing? By that time, I was already gone. I was so fucked up.
I remember some of it.
Like, it was like, I don't know. I don't even remember what I told them, but they were like, do you realize what you're doing? Do you realize you can get, put in jail for providing alcohol? Yeah. And I was like, I didn't even know they were drinking. Like, I was all fucked up. Like, hey, but now that I think back, well, anyway, let me finish the story. So he said, well, from here on, we're going to mark this house. So if there's any call, disturbance, parties, we're coming here first. And no questions asked. Somebody's getting arrested. So I was like, okay, guys, everybody got to leave.
We were all upstairs. Hey, there was like, there must have been like 15, 20 people upstairs. So there was somebody in our room, like my friends, and then there was Edward's friends in his room. And that was the first, I talked about it on previous podcasts, that was the first, we got a beer pong table. We had like... There
was 3 beer pong tables.
I remember we had one.
There was one in the dining room.
Yeah.
One in the
middle,
and you know what? One outside and one inside the garage.
Yeah.
It was 4.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had 1 or 2 beer pong tables. That's when we got it. We had like 4 Ciroc bottles, and then we had maybe like 5, 6 cases of beer, just because everybody left when they knocked down the fence, and
they left everything.
Yeah,
behind.
They just left everything behind. I guess they got scared.
I'm pretty sure they got scared.
That was a fucking come up, because we used that for like the next couple of parties.
And you know what's crazy is that when I would go to the school to pick you up or Edward up, it was like, hey, Mom. And I'm like, looking at them like, who are you? They're like, remember? How's at the party? I was like, I don't even remember being at the party. What are you talking about?
Oh, shit.
I was like, okay, bye. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, a lot of people called you Mom. It's fucking funny.
Hey, do you remember? I don't know if you remember when somebody had pooped inside my restroom during the party, and like all the females, they were like all like, somebody pooped in Mom's restroom.
No, I don't.
For real? Yes. Okay, so I don't think it was a female. I think it was like a male. Yeah. Because you know how we only had one restroom downstairs and then upstairs so everybody started using mine, and then like Asia's so funny. I'm not even going to bring Asia into this, so I'm just going to bring somebody else that I don't remember. But whoever it was, right? They were like, who the fuck pooped in Mom's restroom? I mean, they had overflowed it with toilet paper, and poop was coming out. And they were all mad and talking shit to everybody. And I mean, it was just like so funny. And I was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. They're like, no, that's your restroom. And I was like, okay, it's okay.
Man,
that was like the craziest party ever. And the only reason that I did it, that I let y'all have parties, because it was y'all senior year. You know, it was y'all senior year, and I thought, you know what? Let's go out with the bang. I didn't do it for the girls because the girls left before they even hit 12th grade. Yeah. And I thought, these are my last 2. You know, after this, they're going to go off. They're going to go off to college. They're going to have their own life. Might as well do something they'll remember, and they'll be able to talk about in futures.
We always talk about it.
Hey, that shit was funny.
But so the way I think about it is, and you tell me this all the time, you would rather us drink and do whatever at home versus out there, because there's a lot more consequences when you do it out there. You have a risk of getting caught, you have getting arrested, and so forth. So yeah, doing it at home is by far the safest place, because you're there at home, you can just knock out whenever you feel like it, because it's your fucking house. But it was definitely safer.
But see, not a lot of parents see it like that, and I do understand that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it was, either let y'all experience it at that time,
Yeah.
other than waiting until after 18 and you were out on your own, and then you were with somebody that you thought you can trust and something happened or
Yeah.
something. That was just my mentality, and not every parent thinks about that. And even like when I would post things on social media about us having parties or us doing this, and okay, I had a lot of negative like feedback on it, because they're like, what's wrong with you, you're their mother, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And at that time I would get mad. But now that I think back at it, I mean, of course, I was doing wrong, but then I was doing right for me, because I felt better, y'all, being there and experience it at that time and moment, than doing it where I can't see y'all. I don't know what's going on, But like I said, not every parent thinks like that.
No, I'm the same way. I think the same thing too. I mean, obviously, you a parent. Well, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I wouldn't want my son or daughter drinking, smoking, whatever the case may be, outside of home. If they're gonna do it, I mean, so be it. I mean, if like, I think of it like this: if someone's gonna do something, they're gonna do it whether you like it or not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, if they're gonna smoke, if they're gonna drink, and they have ways of getting it, they're gonna do it. So,
Yeah, that's true.
if they are, I mean, might as well just buckle down and let them do it while you have some supervision over them. And that's the cool thing about you, about my mom, is we just have this relationship where we just, over the years, we've talked about everything. We fucking party together. That was, I'm telling you, we talk about all the fucking time. There's people that hit me up all the time and just say just random shit like, "Hey, you
What's up
remember
with your mom?"
Yeah, you remember this and this." And yeah, it's forever. Yeah, it's definitely one of the greatest moments of my life, just because experiencing that with you, like I said, it brought us to, yeah, just a relationship I didn't feel like I had. I think for me growing up, when I obviously I didn't have my father growing up, and having that father figure in you, I mean, I can go to you for that. You know what I'm saying? That those father talks. And you, I mean, obviously you're a woman, so you don't have as much knowledge as a man, but I mean, you kind of do, honestly. You
Hey,
just, yeah,
ask me a question.
you do, and that's why I call you all the time. That's why I love talking to you, just because yeah, you've been through so much, and it helps me. It just in general, it just helps me. I know there's a couple of things that I tell my friends when they come asking me for help, and shit, I always say what you tell me, just, yeah, but. Yeah. So that's that. So that's
But
that.
sometimes you don't listen, even though I could tell you like 1,000 times. You'll take the information that you think you might need, and then you'll be like, man, I ain't gonna listen to her. Fuck that shit. You do.
Most of the time I do. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time I do, but there's bits and pieces of times where I'm just like, that sounds good. That sounds right. If I do this, then there's gonna be this consequence. So, yeah, I always use it to help me out and set myself up for the future. But that was yeah, high school was a crazy time,
Yeah, it sure was.
especially for. I really like that I experienced it with my brother, with Edward, because I think growing up we didn't have, like I said, we didn't have that father figure. So experiencing with him, we got to take on like challenges and other things. Like we just had to learn so much. So when we piggyback off each other, because he would come ask me for things, I would go ask him for things, and it was definitely a learning experience through high school, because you were working obviously, so you had to do that, and for us we were either with our friends or doing whatever we had to do. But when we did need help, we can just always talk to each other, or call or whatever. So
Yeah.
it was a good experience for me, just having my brother by my side. And yeah, I know, yeah, I would have loved Deandra and Laura, but
Crazy,
there's
right? How
there's
do you
some
think it would have turned
there's some
out?
fucking
Like,
they're weirdos. So
but like even like now, it's just when we get together, it's just like
it's
all we
just
talk about is old shit. All the
because
things that we went through
it
the
was so
past.
fucking funny. It was so funny, and then we put it into perspective as today, and then we
And
just
then
even goes further.
y'all clown on me. Like, what the hell? Like, why you gotta clown on me for? It's just crazy. But no, I mean, a lot of things. I think that if things wouldn't have happened the way they did,
Yeah.
all four of y'all wouldn't be where y'all are at now. But I mean, you never know. Things could have been different, but who knows? Like, but
Yeah, I always say that everything happens for a reason. I had somebody ask me the other day if I regret anything in my life, and I told him like this. I said, although I would want to change a lot of things that I did in the past, it doesn't. What I did in the past doesn't like define me, whether if it's good, bad. Oh, it just it makes me who I am today. So the type of knowledge that I have, the type of, I mean, just everything in general about me has built up my confidence, my self esteem. I mean, just like I said, who I am. So it if anything were to change or if I regret anything, I'll be cutting myself short just because I wouldn't be who I am today without
Yeah,
everything.
that's true.
Like you have a different mindset. You're gonna have, I mean, I don't know.
And plus, everything that you've seen me go through and what you remember we went through,
Yeah,
it pushes you to do better, to do better than how I did because you don't want to end up in the situation that I was in.
yeah.
You know, you want to make sure that you do better always. And that's what I always think that you are going to do because you are going to do it no matter what because you have that mentality.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're gonna make me cry on this
Why?
damn fucking
Don't cry.
podcast. No, I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
I do. You know, all of y'all do. It's just each and every one of y'all is gonna. It's gonna take time to get to where y'all need to get to. You know, and all things happen for a reason, like you say. You know, you got to go through something in order to get something. And I've always thought that, even though you're going through a situation where it's like, why the fuck me? You know, why am I going through this
Yeah.
shit? You know, but then at the end, it comes out good.
Yeah, it's always for the better, and
Yeah.
that's what I try to tell people, and that's I always preach patience, patience, patience. It's just because not everybody's on the same timestamp. Not everybody's gonna be just on the same level. I mean, someone's gonna have things a little bit come quick. Like some things are gonna happen quicker. Some things are gonna happen a little bit slower. But for me, I think as long as I have that mindset and that and goals, and I set something up for myself now for the future, I can envision myself to where I want to be. So I just gotta maintain what I do now just to hit those destinations.
Yeah, and don't overwhelm yourself. I mean,
Oh, all the time,
I know and
all the time.
that's the thing. Like, live for the moment because you only live once, and you don't know if you'll be here tomorrow. So, I know you personally always think ahead of time,
Yeah.
which we all should. You know, think for the future or whatever. But live in the moment because tomorrow's not promised. You know, so
I always That's what I always tell myself because I mean, we talk about it all the time that I have sleepless nights where I think about so much shit. My mind's going at a fucking 100,000 miles per hour just because I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to do it now, and
but
I
you're so
always
young.
yeah, and that's what I tell my friends. That's what I tell myself, and that's what I keep reassuring myself. But like I said, it's just for me. It's just the way I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. It's just the way I'm wired. You know what I mean? Like I literally have to be doing something every single every single day, just because like if I don't, I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. Every single day, I put a schedule out. I have an app where it's like tasks to do for the day, and I set everything up. And sometimes I even put timestamps just so I know, like if you're not hitting this by this time, I'll get a little reminder or something, just saying hey, or shit. Even if I forget, I forget something, it just reminds me. So I always keep myself on a schedule, like I said, just because I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything,
You
even
don't
though I
have a
am.
rest day.
I try not to.
You should. Like your body, I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of rest days. I have a lot of nap times too.
I think as I was growing up, I had a shitload of nap times.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have some now, but it's not like what it used to be.
And
Like,
y'all
it's
had to take a nap with me because I couldn't handle
yeah.
y'all all day. Y'all needed a 2-3 hour nap.
It's funny to think about what I'm doing now. Like I said, I never thought I would be in this position. Never in a million years. Just because, like I said, just because of thinking about like my father and like his family and just everything that's happening back home. Like, I think if, like, honestly, like if we were to put it into perspective, we like as a family, we were a statistic. You know what I mean? So I at a certain point in my life, I beat that statistic. Whether if it was graduating in high school, going to college, graduating college, and I think that's what I'm doing it for. I haven't figured it out yet, honestly. And this is me just talking, but I haven't figured it out, honestly. So if once I get to where I want to be, and hopefully that's sooner than later, I know for sure that everything's gonna fall into place with everybody else. And I think that's the weight I'm putting on myself, and I think that's why I don't have rest days, because in my head, I know you know that I have that mentality, but I'm doing it for everybody else. Like I'm taking on everybody else's pressure and stress just so I can push myself. And it's crazy to think like that, but every single day I think like that because that's the way I push myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the motivation. Whether if it's y'all, the family, my friends, everybody else that told me I wouldn't be shit, everybody that told me like I was dumb, stupid, whatever the case may be. I mean, I try not to push that into it, but sometimes that fuels the flame. But mostly it's just y'all, my friends. So it's crazy that I think like that. That's like the fifth time I
But you
said
know
it.
what? You've always thought like that because even when you were younger, you were the same way. It was either waking up Edward in the morning, trying to get out the door to go to school,
Yeah.
hurrying up Deandra. You know, it was always like that. You know what I'm saying? You were always pushing, pushing, pushing. You know, so nothing's really changed. It's just now you're an adult and you have different goals, other than trying to get the hell out of the house and go to school.
You don't
But-
understand how bad I want to get out of the house. I don't know. It's just it wasn't like bad, but it's just like I wanted to feel the like I don't know, just being out of the house, like you know, like providing for myself.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would rather be at home not paying rent, because goddamn, that shit would save me a lot of money. I swear. If you still lived here, I'm pretty sure I would move back in with you.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't even gonna let you go when we were living in El Sendero. I was like, remember when we talked that night?
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
I remember.
like, you don't have to go.
Yeah.
You could stay. You know, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
You know, and you were like, no, mom, I gotta go. I gotta do this. And I was like, okay.
Hey, it's crazy you said that because I was scared for my life. Not scared for my life, but yeah, it was very, very. It was scary. It's just because, yeah.
How do you think I felt? You know,
That's what I'm saying.
having you like, you being the only one there through this whole time, and then all of a sudden you're gonna leave and you're gonna be on your own, and I'm over here all scared for you, and I was like, oh my god, you know, what about me? But then, you know, of course, at that time, that's when I met, you know, Gilbert, and we had gotten together and stuff. So it was just like, okay, I'm gonna be okay, you know.
Hey, so for the listeners, just to let y'all know, it's funny because my name obviously is Gilbert, but my my mom's boyfriend's name is Gilbert too. So sometimes it's just funny because they fuck around and just call Big G, Little G. I'm always a Big G because fuck that. But yeah, I was. Look, to tell you, I was scared just to go out on my own, and that's why I can't imagine you going to a different city with four kids and having to, you know what I'm saying, provide for myself. Like I was literally just going across the fucking city. You know what I mean? Like into an apartment.
Yeah.
No kids. I had like a job, had my like everything was set out, but yeah, it was that was definitely a scary moment for me. And yeah, I can't that shit's scary.
How old are you? 25?
30, why?
No, you're not 30, you damn liar.
25.
You're 25. So
25.
so you're only like 23. No, you were 22. Yeah, you were 22 when you left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So having you 22 years of my life, and well, of course your life, and then just boom, you're gone.
Mama's boy, right?
Yeah. And that's what the kids throw in my face too. Oh, Gilbert's Chichi boy. And
It's not my fucking fault.
Híjole.
Jealous.
It's
They're all
like,
fucking jealous.
Dude, they're
Hey, they
crazy
hear this to
sometimes.
fucking talk some shit.
I
but-
know. It's all right. They'll start texting. Oh, yeah. What the fuck? You know, but that's why we all need to get together, because that's like,
It's so hard now because all of us live in different places.
I know.
Like there's some of us live here, then y'all and Edward live out of town. But yeah, sometimes a lot of times I wish that we all lived together, just because I think now we would just do some stupid ass shit, or we would just be clowning on each other.
And you're not the only one. They say the same thing. Mom, I wish we were all living together. And now as an adult, Hell no. I could not deal with it. Like, it was different when y'all were kids because y'all would listen to a certain point and then I could yell and I can leave or y'all could leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we decide to stay together as a family, okay, so where the hell we're going to go? That's the only house we have, you know? We better start saving some money or something, you know? But no, I couldn't deal with it.
I don't think I could either now I think about it. I'm so structured and like everything has to be neat and organized and yeah. Lord
I mean, I love getting together with them. It's like with all of y'all, it's so funny, you know, like just clowning around and stuff like that. And you're mean. Why would you say that about her?
About Laura? If she's listening right now, fuck you, Laura.
He's lying. Don't listen to him.
I'm kidding. It's definitely a time that just to be rent free, I would go back home. That shit's expensive.
Yeah, it is. It's very expensive.
And that's one of the things that I never understood. Like, because when we were...
You never understood rent or what?
No, let me tell you. So as we were growing up, like, I'm sure y'all went through this too. Like, when, like, you told us to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Unplug everything. Wash the fucking dishes. Let's see. Turn off the water. Jesus. Don't take long showers. I'll go off
now you know, right?
Yeah, no. I plug everything out. Turn off the fucking... Take out the toaster. Put that shit away.
Oh my
Take
God.
5-minute showers.
What do you say? Oh my God, I'm turning into my mom.
And I try to budget everything now. I'm telling you. And at the time, I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm gonna do what I gotta fucking do. Leave the fucking toaster in all day.
Yeah, it was like the ceiling fans and the TV.
It's funny because I got mad at Jazzy right now by turning the fucking fan on.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you pay the light bill?
You're so mean.
Jazzy is my sister's daughter, but she had the light on right now. No, I'm sorry, the fan. Yeah, and I just told her like, fucking pay light bill.
You didn't tell her like that. Did you tell her like that? You're such a liar. I didn't. Babe, did you hear him talk like that?
I said it low so that you didn't hear me.
No, you're lying.
Because if I did, then you would have get mad.
You wouldn't have talked to her like that.
I did. I just told her to turn the light off. Turn the light off. But in my head, I was like, fucking shit. Turn the fucking fan off.
Hey, and now you realize, like, hey, when you're paying a $400 or $500 light bill in 1 month during the summer, you're gonna be mad. So that's why I was always mad at y'all during the summer.
See, I didn't get that because now I mean my fucking light bill is like $50.
Oh my
$70
Jesus. And you're all pissed off.
Yeah. I'm like, shit, what happened from last month to this month? What the fuck?
This dude.
And I remember those bills because when I first got a job, I remember paying a couple of the light bills and I'm just like, how the fuck is this shit $300? Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And
then y'all would make me yell at y'all. Like, really? All you gotta do is just put your finger on the switch and turn it off. Simple as that. And y'all couldn't even do that. Like, you're like, man, fuck this. Fuck her. I ain't gonna listen to her, you know? But see, now as an adult, you know what's up. So.
Yeah, I definitely do know what's up. But it was, let's see. After, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Nothing else we can talk about?
I mean, not today. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other stuff we can talk about another day.
Well, guys, that is probably going to be it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this podcast and got some laughs out of it. Got to see how me and my mom are with each other because, like I said, we're best friends. We tell each other everything. We laugh about stupid shit. We say stupid shit to each other.
Can't even look at each other without laughing.
So we're laughing right now. I wish you had a fucking camera. Like, I'm gonna set up a camera for y'all if y'all listening right now.
No, because then
what
you gotta position it at a certain.
You can't see your fat.
So they can't see my little jelly roast.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a camera in here sometime, so hopefully I can fucking get that soon and put it up on YouTube so y'all can see our faces and our reactions. But yeah, you wanna? No, I was gonna say you wanna plug anything. I always tell my friends that, but
what does that mean?
Oh my god. Plug anything means just like you want to give them your Instagram name, you want to say like or you want to leave like any advice or any
some of your friends are already following me on Instagram.
Oh yeah, those fuckers. Those fuckers.
They're so funny.
But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. 5-star reviews. Give me a fucking review. I read everything. I see all the ratings, so I really appreciate that though too as well. And make sure to stream this shit and yeah, have a good day. Happy Mother's Day to all the heroes out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know why I said that, but peace.